This mutation is called Enter the Nexus, and it is being played on Cradle of Death. We have two mutators active, we have Heroes from the Storm, and we have Blizzard. So this is going to be a little bit interesting because this is going to be an Alarak solo, which is something that is not really seen over here. Fortunately, because this is played on an arcade map, it is not possible to see what the mastery allocations are. Immediately out of fact, truck HP here is going to end up dying, and the whole goal here is to drag these units away and move a probe over here. Now you might be wondering why this is being done, and this is because this is one of the reasons why I want to cast this game is because I get to show you an Alarak. I wanted it's not really a fast expand because you don't really get that much time out of expanding this quickly. You need 2 photon overcharges. You get to see a fast-ish or a faster expand for Alarak on this mission. So I'm gonna actually show this to you right here, so you can see that we have another truck that is being sacrificed here. So this is the first step. You need to get 2 trucks moving and dragging these units away so they do not end up aggroing your probe. And once you now have that, you can now get your trucks into position, and you can see here that Alarak will be moving his main truck over. This is his main truck, this is his ally's truck, and he's going to move this thing over here, disable the construct, move the probe into position, set the truck to move up behind the construct, and overcharge this pylon. And if you've done it correctly, the truck does a little bit of a dance here, but more importantly, these units will de-aggro from the truck and will aggro the photon cannon, or the photon overcharged pylon. And as soon as the construct gets killed off, you have to cancel that pylon. And one thing to note here is you will need a full 30 points into the photon overcharged mastery to get this to happen. And the reason why is because you need an extra attack speed. If you do not have enough attack speed, your pylon will complete and you end up wasting a lot of resources on those pylons. So you can see why this is a faster expand and not really a fast expand, because you do actually have to use 2 pylons, 2 overcharges. That's already 3 minutes, and you cancel your pylons, which means that you do end up wasting a little bit of minerals on the cancellation as well. So there's a lot of extra stuff that is required here, and you can also see here, if you actually detonate the... If you trigger these 2 beacon constructs, this one gets disabled automatically, so that is also something else to pay attention to here. The first attack wave has spawned, and this will be accompanied by a hero. I believe Raynor will be the first guy that will be joining in on the fray, so it should not be an issue. Alarak is already around. He has a pylon as well to support him. His big uber pylon of doom will help him deal with this first attack wave, and these trucks are basically parked at the ramp right now. So those are the heroes. Those are the zealots. There's going to be another bunch of zealots as well, but I think it's... Did they get stuck with the attack wave? They may have actually got stuck with the attack wave, which is somewhat unfortunate for them, but they are wedged over there. It does mean that when Alarak actually pushes into this base, he will have to deal with those heroes as well. So he can't really avoid that, but Alarak slowly starting to push through and just murdering all these guys right now. And he's also taken the expansion. And okay, no, so the attack wave has started moving, and they do tend to move up a little bit. They take a little bit of a detour here. There's Raynor, and now why did Raynor actually snipe the pylon? I think Raynor was sniping the pylon. Alarak is getting wailed on by a bunch of zealots, gets healed up, and I think he might be able to take on Raynor one-on-one, which is actually really kind of cool. I was not expecting that to happen, but with those zealots, he is able to regenerate his HP and basically take on Raynor face-to-face. 2 trucks are now over here, and they will make their way towards... Where are they going? Okay, so I think they'll probably be moving towards this area, near the back area, and Alarak will be pushing near the back of this. These blizzards, these storm clouds are a little bit annoying to deal with. They do end up slowing down your truck, and your truck will... I think what might happen is Alarak might end up losing both those trucks, because there might be an attack wave that's coming up as well. And the attack wave will come up. I think the attack wave will end up killing off those 2 trucks. The attack wave is also split up right now. And I don't know if these adepts... Yeah, these 2 trucks are pretty much goners right now. There is Dehaka and Tychus, and Dehaka is reasonably deadly when it comes to Heroes from the Storm, because he has an ability to stun your hero units. So there's an empowerment from Alarak, and Alarak takes out Dehaka. Just focus fires him down instantly, and takes him out. And now we have Karax, who is doing some kind of aggressive death build. And this is one of the other strategies you can do with Alarak when you have access to your Havocs, and your Havocs have a force field ability. What's that, you ask? Havocs have a force field ability? I've never seen that. It's because no one usually uses it, but there is a Havoc ability called Force Field, and one of the very effective things that you can do with Havoc Force Field is you have to wall out the ramp, and you can use it to... I believe there was a memorable boss, Alarak Solo, which utilized the strategy of using Havocs to wall off the top of the ramp. So what you do is you put your force fields on the top of the ramp, and the heroes that are the Amon heroes that are attacking, they can't actually see on the top of the ramp because they don't have the high ground vision. So you can actually attack them without them attacking you, which is a really cool strategy. A little bit tricky to execute, requires a lot of APM and a lot of attention to detail. But it is something that you can indeed do. Those two trucks are already in position, and now the harass wave has come up, and that harass wave will actually kill off these two trucks. Alarak is already on the high ground, and he's basically just trying macro up. He's just focusing on his economy. He needs to get his Ascendants out, and he needs to... Actually, I don't know if he'll be going for his Ascendant build here. I've just noticed like he's going for the Shadow of Death prestige. So that's Nova. Nova is the one that is very happy to nuke your face if she sees that you have too many units. So you can see over here that Nova actually doesn't have high ground vision, so she can't snipe Alarak, she can't snipe these Havocs, and she like... It is... You see here how useless the hero is right now. This is just a regular attack wave, so it's going to be dealt with a single photon overcharge, and Alarak now in position here as well. So Alarak is slowly getting up here. He's using the Shadow of Death prestige, so he's probably not going to be going for Ascendants. Ascendants do work. He is going for his Ascendants. Okay, that's really cool. So he has a Shadow of Death prestige here, which allows the Death Fleet to get these extra motherships and stuff. But he's going to be getting his Ascendants out as well. And you can see he's gone for the Telekinesis. He's basically going for the Alarak upgrades. He's going for the attack upgrades as well. He's going for the Havoc Cloak. This will make his army a little bit more resilient in the game. And now Alarak will be pushing in from the back of this base. He drops his mothership. The mothership, I played with the Shadow of Death prestige on my stream maybe about a week prior to me casting this game, and it's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I got the microtransactions mutator, which means I could really do very much with it. I was very salty about that mutator. I think I was complaining about it through about more than 75% of the game. I was complaining about the fact that microtransactions was not fun, but I did play it, and it is a very fun prestige. And you can see the damage boost that the mothership gives is really good, and when you combine it with Empower Me, because the mothership is a heroic unit, you get a lot more damage out from this. And Alarak just basically uses his destruction wave and one-shots pretty much everything that is there. And now there are a few more skill rays that are attacking this mothership. Mothership is actually going to end up losing a little bit of a shield. There's a bit of a scratch on the paint job right now. And Alarak has cleaned up the constructs. He's focused fire down the constructs, he got his trucks into position, and he has cleared the second objective. Production-wise, we only have a few supplicants over here, nothing really much, nothing really special. Expansions have been saturated, just a little bit of an oversaturation, 21 out of 21 and 15 out of 15 here. You can usually get away with a little bit too less if you want to play really hyper efficiently, but you can see now we have a bunch of Ascendants, and there are a preliminary set of force fields on the top here, and this is where the value comes in. It's like, look at Zagara, look at Zeratul. No abilities can you use. Zeratul can't blink on the high ground. Zagara can't use her abilities on Alarak's supplicants or on Alarak's Ascendants and the rest of his army, obviously, because she cannot see on the high ground. And this is how you stop those heroes from scaling you. There is a lot of this player Eddie is making it look a little bit easy, but it's not really. If you actually want to see his first-person view, he has a YouTube channel called A Sinful Spoke, and you can have a look and see what his first-person view is here when he's playing. It looks easy. It is not, because you have to pay attention to your force field, your timings. You need to be aware of what kind of force field timings you have available. You can see that Alarak is moving his trucks out of position here and just sacrificing his trucks just so that he has enough time to get this attack wave to not harass him 24/7. So these trucks now are probably going to end up dying, just delaying this attack wave a little bit. And here we have our tennis. So usually what happens is when the harass wave spawns for these trucks, it can be accompanied by an enemy hero. So what he's doing over there is he's moving the trucks on the northern side, or just moving it away from his army, getting the harass wave to split up from the hero, so he can clean up the hero first, and then by that time, when the hero unit is when the hero unit is dead, the harass wave comes up, and he can delete the harass wave very, very easily. There's another drop attack here, and I don't know if this drop attack will contain an aim-on hero as well. Yeah, there's an aim-on hero, and you can see what happens here. It's a little bit more tricky to handle because there are a lot more of these units. You can see Alarak is just sitting back and slowly powering up his Ascendants. There's another drop attack here as well, and this drop attack actually will kill off one of Alarak's gateways. And unfortunately, Alarak, okay, now he's just gotten his overcharge. His overcharge will semi-aggro some of these zealots. Zealots will end up dying there. And we hear Kerrigan again, very, very tanky here. These units have a lot of HP. You have, what, 5,000 HP right now. So Kerrigan is over there, and a bunch of Ascendants just will end up deleting Kerrigan very, very quickly. Another drop attack here, and this is somewhat problematic because this one has Dahaka accompanying him, and now Alarak is also going to join into the fray here, and he unfortunately he has his empowerment, but he's not using it. His Ascendants actually ended up deleting Dahaka very, very quickly. And this is the power of Alarak's Ascendants. If Alarak can get up and running, if he can get his Ascendants all ready and built up on the power overwhelming stacks, he'll be able to, I wouldn't say one-shot, but he can clear the aim-on heroes without taking too many casualties. And it's just a very, very careful balance. These Ascendants have a very high aggro priority. Anytime an aim-on unit even sees anything near an Ascendant, or sees an Ascendant nearby, they will be like, oh, I want to kill that first. These Ascendants will get focus fired down, so he has to be a little bit careful. Havoc's already over here. There is another drop attack. Havoc's drop their force fields, and again, there's Nova over here. And just see how quickly the rest of the attack wave goes in, and then Nova gets focus fired down by Mind Blast and gets deleted. And now this is Alarak's chance to push into this next enemy base. Alarak has 5 minutes left on the timer, so he does have a little bit of time available to him to actually get stuff done, but he will need to start pushing sometime soon. And Alarak, which way is he going to go? Is he going to go through the front or through the back? One of the things that some people have noticed and have not realized is there's 2 ways of attacking into an enemy base. There's a backside here and there's a front. You can go either way. It's not really much of a... It doesn't really matter too much. Ascendant just Psylocke blasts and Psy Orbs just going through this enemy base and just killing off some of the units here on the high ground. And this is where Blizzard gets really deadly. If your Ascendants get caught in Blizzard, you can lose them if you're not paying attention. So Alarak is going to be jumping in right now, and is he going to be using his Empower Me? His Empower Me is ready, but now there's an attack wave that's coming, so Alarak has to go and deal with that attack wave first. He's going to use his Mama Ship Teleport and get into position here, and we have now a preliminary set of force fields right on the top side. Alarak has to be careful he doesn't accidentally also move any massive units over, because they can break his force fields. Tychus jumps up over here and realizes that that was a huge mistake, because as soon as he walked up, those Ascendants were like, nope, you do not belong here, and they end up wiping out Tychus completely. And now I think Alarak kind of wants to get going. He needs, like, there's 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the timer. Alarak is a little bit pressed for time, so he needs to push into this enemy base, and he has to pull it off in one go. He does have Empower Me ready as well, so he'll probably be using that to give him just that extra oomph that he needs to be able to clear these enemy units. So what do we have over here? So there's an Empower Me that's used now, and Alarak is going to be just pushing in, and just see the damage output from him. He just one charge through, and he ends up pretty much killing off the entire enemy base here with his Destruction Wave as well. Ascendant's providing a little bit extra damage output with the Mothership, and it looks like he's using the Empower Me duration as well, Mastery, so that pretty much solves what he's using. In terms of Mastery allocations, unfortunately they're not available on the arcade map, so the Masteries don't really appear. But that appears the entire enemy base done. The Ascendants are just going to focus down Mind Blast, the Construct, and we'll clear out the rest of these units over here. Phoenixes try to attack some of these Ascendants. The Ascendants are having none of that, and both these constructs are down, and these Blizzard Storm Clouds are slowing these trucks from moving around. But Alarak has cleared the 3rd objective on this mission, so he has 1 more to do, and he's basically going to rinse and repeat. Make some Ascendants, build some Supplicants, give them those power overwhelming stacks, and basically delete the enemy units in the bases here. So this Ascendant was just a freshly warped Ascendant. I'm just trying to have a look and see what his power overwhelming stack count is. He has 6 stack Ascendant over here. We have a few 3 stack Ascendant. That's an 8 stack Ascendant here. So, you know, the power overwhelming is the Ascendants that if you take care of your Ascendants and you get your power overwhelming stacks on them and built up, you're gonna see now like there's an Amon hero attack wave spawn that's coming up, and you're just gonna see how quickly Alarak is gonna do. This is Zagara over there, and he's just gonna drop a few of these psionic orbs just to clear out these enemy units, and now he's just gonna focus fight. I mean, just stick with like 3 heroes dead, and now Zeratul is gonna have a very, very bad day once these Ascendants get regenerated with their HP, and there we go, gone. Just instantly dead. Alarak just laughs at these heroes once he has his Ascendants out. So actually, you can take a look. Even the macro is really, really good. He's he's saturated completely, and he's not really flowing very many resources. He needs to build up those Ascendants, and like I said, those Ascendants, they snowball so fast, and they are so ridiculously strong. If you do not use Ascendants in your Alarak gameplay, or you have not tried them, I highly recommend you try them out. It takes a little bit of time to get them up, get these power overwhelming stacks built up, but they are a lot of fun to play if you are able to do so. And now Alarak is just going to start pushing into the final base here. He's going to weaken some of the enemy defenders on the southern side of this ramp and slowly start to push in. And now he's also going to probably end up deleting the Hybrid Dominator that's parked over there. So we have an attack wave here. This is going to be a harass wave, so Alarak is going to be getting out of position just to avoid these Amon heroes and just sacrificing these trucks. So these trucks are all pretty much going to die. There's Artanis, there's Kerrigan, and was that a Raynor? I think that might have been a Raynor. Alarak is going to retreat up to the high ground again. Same strategy as before. Wall off the ramps. Make sure that his Ascendants are safe. And then he's just going to end up laughing at the Amon heroes. So he drops a few preliminary psionic orbs, and that pretty much kills off everything here. We have an Artanis, Zagara, Kerrigan, and Raynor. Artanis is pretty much going to be the one that's going to be a little bit more tanky because he has the Resurgence ability. That one allows him to regenerate his HP, so he has 2,000 shields, 2,000 HP. Just see how quickly he just got deleted by this, and now there's another harass wave as well. So this harass wave, same idea again. Havoc's on the high ground, wall off the high ground, and just laugh. He's going to drop again some more psionic orbs, kill off the random units here. Nova and Raynor are probably also going to promptly get completely deleted by these Ascendants. And now these Ascendants have started to glow. One of the really cool things about these Ascendants is they 9 stack Ascendant right now. So that Ascendant is probably going to be sitting at 10 stacks by the end of the game. And Alarak, with the help of the Mothership, is going to be pushing through. And we're going to have to maneuver around these storm clouds. Storm clouds are a little bit annoying. One of the things that can happen is you could get caught by a storm cloud, and then a drop attack comes up, and something like that. And then you're not able to retreat onto the high ground, and then you'll end up losing all your Ascendants. So that is a very precarious situation for Alarak, which is why he has to keep retreating onto the high ground every single time. It's because these... You don't want the Amon heroes skilling you. The Amon heroes are tanky, they are very difficult to deal with, but if they don't skill you, a big chunk of their damage is not available to them. So this is Raynor and Zeratul, those ones are reasonably easy to handle, so that's okay. I think Alarak would have probably attacked into this attack wave and deleted it instantly because his Ascendants are already flowing. There's 10 stack Ascendant right here. So these Amon heroes, particularly Raynor and Zeratul, probably don't have the damage output to completely wipe out such a powerful army already. But if you ended up with something like Zagara or Nova or Kerrigan, those ones are the ones that deal a lot of damage, and it's too risky, especially with the fact that the Amon heroes are randomized. Like as soon as you get past the 4th wave, I think 4th or 5th wave is there on Starcraft.coop.com, then it starts to get randomized with a certain set of heroes, so it does get a little bit more difficult to predict what you're going to be up against. Alarak is already ready. He has his Empower Me as well available to him to use whenever he wishes. He is sitting on 3 overcharged stacks, but he's probably not going to end up using it. And he's just going to focus down that one construct. Instantly that construct is gone, that truck is into position. And now Alarak is getting ready for the final push here. He uses his Empower Me, and he's just going to wipe out pretty much everything that is here. One destruction wave will delete all these enemy units. And remember, he's backed up by very powerful Ascendants on the back line. And those carriers stand no chance against his army. Everything just gets mind blasted dead. And as soon as this construct gets focused down, it is dead by the Ascendants. And that is it. Those are all the objectives done. And yes, that is all the objectives cleared on the map. And that is GG.